Hi, everybody. I'm back. And today I'm going to be doing a little different kind of video. I'm here today to recruit for a board or commission, actually, a commission for the town. Yes, I am. I'm recruiting. I'm one of those people asking for volunteers to join a particular group, an official. It's a commission. I was going to say board committee. It's a commission. It's called a commission. The Disability Commission. Oh, no, it's not the Disability Commission. It's the Commission on Disability. That's the official title. That's from the state. Yeah. We voted a Commission on Disability in back, I guess it was 2017, and it was never filled. I tried to get this going back in 2017, and it never took off. And today, in today's world, I think it's more important, and it's important for the town that we get this commission on disability off the ground and get people appointed, volunteers to come forward and show an interest in helping out with some advocacy for the disabled who live or visit Townsend. There's a lot that we could be doing, and also another reason that it's important, which is secondary to the primary reason, is money. If we have an active commission on disability, we'll be eligible for grants to help with some of the accessibility issues that some of you might be very well aware of, that we might, you more than even me. I mean, I haven't surveyed the whole town, but I'm confident that there are accessibility issues that could be improved upon. And if we have an active commission on disability, we will be eligible to apply for some of these grants. There was a big grant that was put out last spring for ADA compliant, or ADA, or I'll call it accessibility for disability, put out by the Massachusetts Office on Disability. And one of the criteria, it wasn't a final criteria. It's like if you have an active commission on disability, you will have priority for this grant. And I'm like, oh man, I was hoping that somebody would apply for it anyway. I don't know that there was an application. I haven't done a deep dive. It doesn't matter because we were never going to get that money anyway. As it turns out, that grant, they had an overwhelming response. The state did. So we didn't have a chance, even if we had a great idea. Unless it was critical, I don't think they would, no way, because we didn't have an active commission on disability. So I think that is what kind of got me going on this. It's like, I'm going to get this going. And I asked the Board of Selectmen to appoint me. And it's been tough because what do we have to do? Because we approved it at town meeting in 2017, and now we're fast forwarding to 2025. And what is it? What do we have to do to make this happen? And it had been posted for quite some time, and there were some problems with the posting. So I'm getting, they appointed me a month ago, more than a month ago, sometime in August. And that never went all the way through. The paperwork, the job isn't finished till the paperwork's done. The paperwork was never done because the board had questions. At first I was kind of snippy about it, but I decided that no, okay, town council had to rule on it, and he did. And so we had to repost it. So the position is reposted, and the plan is to appoint me tomorrow. So that's why I'm here today, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But so I'm going to get appointed apparently tomorrow, unless something goes wrong, to the commission, and then I'll be able to do even more. By myself, unless somebody else gets appointed, which is why I'm here today. But just briefly, I want to tell you why I'm doing this video today and not tomorrow. Why am I doing it before I get on the commission? Because ethics. We need to stay with ethics. And I contacted ethics a month ago to make sure any issues regarding my channel. And they advised me that I cannot discuss, if I'm on any board, I cannot discuss that board while I'm on my channel. And I'm on Real Deal News right now. So I cannot, tomorrow, once they appoint me, I cannot discuss the Disability Commission effective tomorrow. So I can't today. So I'm recruiting while I can on my channel. I have a bigger audience than the town of Townsend. YouTube channel. So I'm taking an opportunity to try to use my influence where I can be helpful. So I'm recruiting because that's why I'm doing this. But that's an ethical, and then I can't talk about my channel on the commission. Can't mention it. Nope. Nobody. Taboo conversation. So if you think it's weird, it's not. Makes perfect sense. So there's a couple other rules, but that's okay. Basically, no real change on my channel. Excuse me. I have allergies and my throat is really scratchy. I'm okay. I'm not sick. It's just those fall allergies. Oh my. I'm gonna pause for a second. All right. Jeez. It's still not, there's nothing I can do. We're stuck with my scratchy voice. I'm sorry. But I wanted to do this video to do some recruiting for that commission. And there's some unique things about this commission. I'm really excited about the commission. First, I'm gonna go over what the commission does and see if I can, what the role, what's the mission here. And I'm going to give a brief overview, which I'm taking straight from the posting, and the language on the posting comes directly from state law. There's a lot of how-tos that can come after that, but I'm not going to keep you here all day. But the posting, which I'll pull up, just goes over the requirements to get on the commission, because it's different than most boards, and what the board does. And I'm hoping I can get some interest from our community, from the disabled community, to get on this commission and get involved. And let me go over some of the responsibilities. What are some of the things that the commission does? And hopefully I'll get you interested to join me on this commission. I need 4 more people. Okay, let me go over that. Let's see. Where am I? This is what I want. Here we go. Okay, hopefully you could, I'm going to leave you and go over here so I can see it better. Okay, this is the public notice of vacancy. And I'm not going to read the charter stuff. That's just it is. It's just legal mumbo jumbo. Okay, the Commission on Disability has 5 vacancies for 3-year staggered terms. My expectation tomorrow is that I'll be appointed to one of the, start out with a 3-year term. Will it be appointing people with less than that? Because it's going to be staggered. It's going to turn out everybody will be on a 3-year term at the end of the day for renewal. But to get the thing started, you can't have everybody have a 3-year term. So it'll be onesies and twosies, just like the Board of Selectmen does theirs. Just on different, everybody leaves on a different year. Okay. The majority, this is important. The majority here of said commission members shall consist. Okay, my highlighter's not working that well. Hopefully you can see this. Shall consist of people with disabilities. That means at least 3 out of the 5 members of the commission must be people with disabilities. Okay, and it can be all 5. That's fine. It doesn't. You can have more. You just can't have less. We're required to have majority. That's what the law says. One of the 5, this person can also be disabled. One member shall be a member of the immediate family of a person with a disability. So you don't have to be necessarily disabled, but you can be. But you have to have an immediate family member. And why is that, do you think? I think it's because you have a different perspective that they can give what it's like. Some of the things that would be helpful to them as they provide assistance to their family member with a disability, if that's a situation. But there are requirements that the immediate family member has to be, the person that has the disability has to be a certain kind of disability. This is just a very basic, nobody's splitting hairs over any of these definitions, okay? And that's what the State Commission on Disabilities gives me for advice. One member of said commission shall be either an elected or appointed official of Townsend. So either in one of our elected officials, it can be a select board member, but they're pretty swamped. I don't know that they want to do that. But anybody who's employees are appointed, anybody in the town, elected or appointed, they do not have to be disabled, but they can be. And the reason for that, as explained to me by the state, is to give the town's perspective. You can have a commission on disability who's coming up with all these great ideas, and they might not, the town representative can be saying, well, this is why we haven't done it before, or these are some of the issues. They're not there to argue with anybody. They're there to participate and fully participate, but they can also give some ideas and saying, well, these are some of the issues, and this is why, and this is how we can make things happen. They're also a great information source because they can explain to the commission on the process, on how, like some of the financial stuff. How does money move? How do these things get paid for? You got a great idea, commission, but this is how we're going to manage the money. And there are money things with this board as well that I'll get to that later, maybe. Okay, appointment is made by the select board with staggered terms. Okay, here's what the world of being on this commission is about. These are the things that the commission does or shall do. We will research local problems of people with disabilities. And like I said, this group is, the primary mission of this commission is to advocate for people with disabilities, to make Townsend more accessible, if possible. And we got room, trust me. 2, advise and assist municipal officials and employees in ensuring compliance with state and federal laws and regulations that affect people with disabilities. Not to be the complaint department, but we are the complaint department. Yes, people can come to us and tell us what's going on, and that the difficulties that they're having, and our job is to figure that out and how we can make this problem be fixed, or to make Townsend more accessible. But we're there to help in ensuring the compliance when we find out that there's things that need to be fixed, both primarily in the town properties, as well as a little different role with businesses, but we're still there to help them. Coordinate or carry out programs designed to meet the problems of people with disabilities in coordination with programs of the Massachusetts Office on Disability. And I'll tell you, Massachusetts Office on Disability is a wealth of information. They've been very helpful to me in learning what I need to know to be a member, to be on this commission, and to share that information with you, my designated volunteers who are going to sign up in droves this week. Yeah, I wish. I hope you do. But with some of the programs that are available, there's a whole bunch of trainings and things to learn. It's really fun. Okay, 4, review and make recommendations about policies, procedures, services, activities, and facilities of departments, boards, and agencies of said city or town as they affect people with disabilities. So again, that's policies, procedures, services, activities, not just compliance, but just how can we make town, this really is one of the commissions and boards that is, the sole purpose is to make Townsend better. And as it relates to the disabled, make it more accessible to everyone, regardless of what that disability is. 5, provide information, referrals, guidance, and technical assistance to individuals, public agencies, businesses, and organizations in all matters. That's everything under the sun, in all matters pertaining to disability. So we're tasked with staying up to date on what's going on in the world of disability, and we can to help individuals who may or may not be disabled with information regarding accessibility and other things regarding the disabled. Make referrals or provide referrals, not like we're seeing they're a client, but they're just a member of the community. We're telling them, where to get further help and assistance. We provide guidance. Technical assistance is some of the rules on even where to get more information, basically, and how to make things happen. And we can certainly be part of that, depending on what those referrals might be, what people are looking for from us. And there's plenty. And also the last is number 6. It's not the last, but coordinate activities of other local groups organized for similar purpose. And there may be an expanded role that the Commission on Disability can have. Now, in a town of our size, that's probably much more minimal than what would be happening if we were in the city of Boston. There's a lot more to it. I'm sure that they have a more robust program than we even need, but the same issues would apply, just on a smaller scale. So this is, it excites me. Yes, the commission, we adopted this in May of 2017. That's our town meeting date that we took this on. Now, if you want to volunteer, I'm going to get this out of the way. Where was I? There I am. I'm going to come back to you here. I'm going to remove this thing. Stop screen. I want to bring something else up. Jeez, allergies. Oh, this is the worst year I've had for allergies. This fall, I wasn't bad in the spring. This is bad. Okay, I was going to bring up. Oh, now, if you want to volunteer, volunteering for anything in town is relatively easy if you can find a volunteer application form. That can be tricky. I'm going to later, once I get this video up and running, I will be putting in the description. If it's not there when you watch this video, it will be. It's coming. I'm going to put a link to the volunteer application form, if I can find it. They move things. So I'm going to find it. I promise you I'll find it. And put it underneath here in the description of the video. If you go in the, you're on my channel if you're watching this video. In the description, you might have to expand it, hit the more button or something. But I will have a link to how to volunteer with a reminder of what I'm about to show you. And I have to open another thing. Let's see. Share screen. Let's see if I can find it. Let me see. Hang on there. Don't leave. Don't go running off. This is it. I found it easier than I usually do. Okay. This is not the. That's not the one. Sorry. This one. Oh. Here it is. You've probably been looking at the right one the whole time. I'm sorry. Sometimes what I see on the screen is not the same as what you see on the screen, so I apologize for my confusion. This is an important piece, and I want to make sure everybody knows how easy this is. Now, if someone says, you must be disabled in order to do this. Oh, well, I can't prove it. How do I prove? I mean, am I disabled? Am I not disabled? How do I know I'm disabled? Well, I'm not on Social Security disability. I'm not, I don't have, do I have to get a doctor's note? All this stuff? No. None of that. You don't have to prove it. You don't have to provide any documentation that you have a disability. And I'm going to read, this was included in, I did a request for information from the state to help me, because I wanted to advise our select board on how to solicit volunteers, and make sure that they don't break the ADA by over asking information, because I know that Title I of the ADA it's limited. You can't force people to provide information on this. So this is where we have to be, and it's fine. I support this, and I'm glad it's here like this. I'm going to read this. The criteria for composition of the Commission on Disability is required by Mass General Law, Chapter 40, Section 8J, which that's the law that covers this, that makes the Commission on Disabilities a real thing. To consist of more than 50% of the membership being people with disabilities. Therefore, in choosing the membership, we look to seat on that commission. We are asking for people to voluntarily identify as a person with a disability, so we can ensure that we meet that mandate. Please be advised, we are not looking for a specific disability. A simple yes, I am a person with a disability, or no, I am not a person with a disability will be sufficient. The applicants with disabilities will be seated first, while applicants without disabilities will be seated after all applicants with disabilities are seated if membership allows. Which doesn't mean everybody that applies gets appointed, because we've set the membership of the commission at 5 members. We can have between 5 and 13. I asked the select board to limit it to 5 because I would like to get a quorum someday. And having 5 makes it easier for us to get enough people. If our mission, if we got stuff to do, we can increase it to 13. I don't see that as reality, as a necessity, but that's just my opinion. Completely my opinion. But this is important, and it should be. This is the state tells me this should be explained to all applicants, that nobody can ask you what your disability is. Nobody can ask you for proof or anything like it. So all that you do, you really do need to do this, because somebody can ask you, do you have a disability? If you don't put it on because you have to, and you got to put it in writing someplace. When I did my application, I put on my application, because I knew that you had to have a disability to be, well, the majority needed to be disabled people. So I put that on my application. So you need to do that if you're interested in applying. So I'm just going to get rid of this now and come back to you solely. So I'm going to put that in the description, as well as a link to the volunteer application form, and that can go in online. If I have the link, sometimes I've been hearing complaints that there's issues, I'm not sure, with links. So if you can't do it online, you can just send it in through email to the select board, which I believe is selectmen, MEN, at townsendma.gov, I think, or whatever it is. You can find the information in the description sometime today, hopefully, of this video. You can also find volunteer application forms if you go into town hall, and right as you're going to the town clerk's office, they have them there in the clerk's office. Or if you keep going straight, like you're heading for the bathroom, the ladies' room is right there to the left. There's some pockets on the wall over here that if there's in there, there's some blank volunteer application forms. You can grab one of those. You can give it to the town clerk, or you can take it upstairs to the select board office. So that's just, so I encourage you to sign up, volunteer, particularly, I'm going to keep saying this, but particularly if you have a disability, because we need a majority of the members to be disabled, and that really helps with the mission. And I see this as a very exciting commission to be on. And at this point, don't worry about your level of knowledge about disability laws and things like that, because we're not the legal office. Okay. And there are lots of trainings available. I will also put a link in the description for the Massachusetts Office on Disability has a YouTube video discussing commissions on disability. It's geared towards the actual commissions, not just applicants, but it will certainly be informative. It'll tell you what the role is and probably limits. And I haven't looked at it lately. I looked at it a month ago, but some of the things that would be very helpful to understand, they recommend that you take it. It's not like a class where you're going to have an exam or anything like that. It's a YouTube video, just like this, but it's from them, and they go over a lot. It's not too long. It might be longer than some of mine, but it's very informative and very helpful to understand what the role of Commission on Disabilities. There's a number of other possible trainings that you can take from different organizations established to assist people with understanding the laws and what can be gained, how to really advocate for the disabled and get things the way they're supposed to be, and what all the ADA rules are in different formats, from housing to municipal buildings, federal buildings, educational resources, employment, private employment, public employment. It's amazing the number of things that are available. There's also another training. I may put it under here. I'm going to just load up my disc underneath here. There's a 2-day training available. It's online on Zoom through the Massachusetts Office on Disability. It's a workshop. It's interactive, so you can participate in it. I just finished it last week. It's called the Community Access Monitor, where they go over, the first day is a lot of just going over a lot of basic information about the ADA and what just the general rules of the game are. And then the second day gets into the nitty gritty about going out or learning what some of the different like doorway measurements, how do you know if a bathroom's accessible, and parking, and a lot of stuff. And they go over a lot of the measurements, and it's like, whoa. And and they back it all up, and they also give us a bunch of handouts to understand, to go back. And it doesn't mean we're all going to go out with yardsticks and measure things. Well, it does. I mean, Community Access Monitor is another component. It's not requirement of the Commission on Disability, but it's the 2-day class I took is very helpful with knowledge that I think would be very helpful for me on the Commission on Disability. There's also, I'm anticipating there's advanced training that comes with it, where they take us on site and we actually do measurements and things. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully it probably won't be till after the first of the year that those classes will come up for me. So I'll take those. But there's a bunch of stuff that we can do. If I could just get a few more volunteers to come aboard on the commission, would be really nice. So if you're interested, if you have questions, you can contact me. I don't have my contact. I think I have contact information here somewhere. If I don't, you can, town clerk's office or select board office can get you in touch with me, or you can ask them. I don't know that they don't have all the answers to some of the questions probably, but you can, if you need to call me. But please do consider, particularly, really, I mean, the majority of the commission needs to be disabled. So if you have a disability and this sounds really interesting to you, and I hope it does, where you can really be on the ground floor here, getting, helping make Townsend more accessible from end to end. And there's a lot of different ways we can do that or help with that. And I just went over just the basics in this video. This is one of my shorter videos because I want to hold on to your attention span. Not that you don't have a long attention span, but people sometimes bail if I talk too long. So, but please consider signing up for the Commission on Disability. I really look forward to working with you, and hopefully that we can make Townsend a better place for the disabled. So thank you very much for listening, and I will hope to see you soon, either at Town Hall or on another video on a completely different topic. All right. Take care. Bye.